in Cudahy is from a human. Sheriff's office tells us a resident going for a walk in the park called 911 Tuesday evening, discovered the leg, and reported it. Authorities are now saying that, yes, human leg, investigating it as a death and not as a homicide at this point. President Biden expected to speak today with Israel's prime minister. It's a call that many expect could be a challenging one for the White House. The president's sure to discuss the tragic killing of aid workers in Gaza, a mistake made by Israel's army that killed people.
Kitchen demanding an independent investigation into the Israeli strikes that killed 7 of its aid workers in Gaza. That follows U.S. calls for the same. It's unclear if Israel would cooperate with an independent inquiry. The Israeli army in the middle of its own investigation. In his summary of the initial findings, IDF Chief Herzi Halevi says soldiers misidentified the 3-vehicle convoy, mistaking Hamas militants inside and calling in the deadly strikes. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
The president is likely to ask the prime minister to make some changes on the ground there to secure aid workers and increase the supply of aid to the Gaza Strip. Here at home, the State Department of Revenue Secretary Peter Barca considering a run back for Congress.
Brian Stile currently represents the 1st Congressional District. Former U.S. Congressman Peter Barca says it's time for a change.
The state of politics today, the polarization is so cancerous and harmful to people. I mean, people were Americans and were Wisconsinites. Your political party is a vehicle to getting things done.
The November election is only 7 months away. Barca says he'll decide if he'll run in the next couple of weeks.
2-3 weeks, somewhere in there.
Barca has already announced his departure from the Department of Revenue. John Mercure, WTMJ News.
A major study estimates that global cancer rates will rise significantly in the next 25 years, but says many of those cases can be prevented, especially with early detection. There's no Brewers game today, but a lot going on outside American Family Field this morning. The Brewers, along with WTMJ, collecting items for the Wisconsin Humane Society. You can help with this. WTMJ's David Lazga is there right now at Health Fair Field.
We're teaming up with the Brewers Community Foundation to collect pet supplies for the Wisconsin Humane Society. I spoke with Wisconsin Humane Society's Stacy Oatman about what exactly they are looking for by way of donations.
Items such as those soft dog treats that they love to have so much, potty pads, peanut butter, unscented baby wipes we use a lot in the shelters, dog toys, any kind of food, and cat litter.
So lots of fun. Come on out. I've already met one dog. His name was Norman. He was absolutely adorable.
Get much more online at WTMJ.com. And after competing on season 19 of Hell's Kitchen and Super Chef Grudge Match, Milwaukee chef Adam Pavlik going to take his talents now to another marquee show.
Pavlik will be one of 2 contestants to compete on Food Network staple, Beat Bobby Flay.
In 20 minutes, you have to make a signature dish showcasing this ingredient.
A secret ingredient that only the producers, judges, and Flay are privy to. As for the 20-minute clock,
2 minutes to go get all your stuff. A minute to get any pans even hot. 2 minutes you want to leave for plating. I mean, you're looking at 15 minutes of actually cooking something.
Step 1, beat the opposition. Step 2, go head-to-head against Bobby Flay.
He knows exactly what he's doing, of course.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
That episode with Pavlik will air on the Food Network a week from today. Time now for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Looking good right now on Wall Street. The Dow is up 154 to 39,282. The Nasdaq is up 137 to 16,415. And the S&P is up 33 to 52.45. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather next. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:04.
Generac. Hi, this is Steve from Mr. Holland's Home Services. The powers that be claim that you need to hear that word 3 times in 60 seconds to get you interested in a brand new whole house backup generator. What we really should be saying is lightning, 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 because all it takes is an unwanted and untimely power outage to spark your interest in a backup generator. Mr. Holland's crew can hardwire your whole house generator directly into your home's electrical system. So when the power peters out, your charge is still churning and the lights are still burning. And with up to 24 months interest-free financing with approved credit, the cost isn't concerning. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services to schedule the installation of your brand new backup generator. 866-992-1717. or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you need more power, we can help.
Fans, the NBA playoffs are on their way. But before they begin, it's the SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament.
Winner advances, the loser goes home.
8 teams vying for the last 2 spots in each conference.
Curry, bang!
Some teams will get in.
Do or die.
Others, they're coming up short.
Forget about X's and O's. Who wants it more?
It's now or never. The playoffs are calling, but first, you gotta win to get in. The SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament, April 16th through 19th on ESPN and TNT.
Are you looking to downsize your home? Does the thought of moving out of your lifelong home with cherished memories overwhelm you? Hi, this is Jean Nemelvitz from Bruce's team. As you transition into the next stage of your life, our team is ready to take you from overwhelmed to I can do this. To start the process of downsizing and moving to the lifestyle you deserve, call us at 262-242-6177 or visit brucesteam.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All sports desk. The Bucks fall to the Grizzlies at Fiserv Forum. Up next, the Raptors tomorrow night. Brewers are off today before hosting a weekend series against the Mariners. WTMJ, Johnson & Sons Paving. Time saver traffic. Weather conditions making it a little slow in some spots. 43 northbound right now, downtown up the Brown Deer Road. You're crawling in some areas. They're heading north there by Capitol Drive and further north in that stretch, so just be mindful of that. You'll see some brake lights there. The other slower spot at the moment is 894 westbound, just west of the Mitchell interchange there. Of course, you got road work on 894 in that area, but because of the conditions, you're going to see some brake lights there as well.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, Highway 100 in Layton Avenue, 23rd in Lincoln. Great stores, great cause, and unbelievable bargains. You're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast, there is still a little bit of a snow-rainy mix today. A high of 41. Tonight, slight chance still for that rain-snow mix, a low of 33. Then it finally stops. Tomorrow, less clouds on Friday, a high of 43. On Saturday, sunny, a high of 50. Sunday, a chance for rain again, a high of 46. Monday could see rain and a high of 55. I'm Eric Bilstead, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, it's time to fast forward. Welcome to the future of almost everything in Wisconsin on the Upswing. Joining WTMJ's Jeff Sherman, here's Steve Glenn and Martin Moore.
I've been to the year 3000, not much has changed, but they lived underwater.
Welcome, Milwaukee. Welcome, Wisconsin. This is the Thursday edition of the Upswing, the future of almost everything in Wisconsin. Fast forward. So I had a former boss of mine, Joe Sweeney. Sherm. He used to call me Sherm, like Sherm. When you stop, you die. Keep going. We do these daily check-in meetings. And come to think of it, even though this was years and years ago, they were pretty good preparation for this show. Maybe it was a sign of sorts, but he'd have me come into his office. I'd sit down, and he'd say, your goal for the day, Sherm, is to find news stories about all of our partners, all of our clients, all the clients we want, all of our board members, and then create personalized reflections and insights and do emails, send personal notes. It's all relationship building. Sherm, go. And he'd always say it with a smile, and he'd just say, keep going, Sherm. When you stop, you die. And it's pretty good mantra and really good young advice for a young Jeff Sherman. Maybe a little extreme, but I don't think his point was necessarily that we need to overschedule our lives, but rather that we need to live them well and work hard. He was not a corporate jargon boss at all. Every conversation was real, honest, and never forced. Hopefully, you've had a boss or at least a work experience in your life that's this way, like totally full of authenticity and juice and good flow. And that's why I like the Thursday shows, because it's just flowing. It's living life to the best we can, working hard. That's what we do at the Upswing. Conversations with people that care and do. No corporate jargon here. But a little bit of a tease, we might talk about the future of corporate jargon. So you stick around, you're going to hear that on one of our segments. The Thursday Upswing Show with Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. We're going to get to the future of car buying, the future of pet ownership, thrifting, maybe a little bit about the 4-day work week. And like I said, we'll talk a little bit about corporate jargon. So Steve Glenn is the Chief Milwaukee Officer at Experience Milwaukee, text MKE. And Steve?
Yes.
A new gig on your plate.
I had to add
Tell us,
something.
give us 30 seconds about what's going on in your life.
So I joined the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra team, heading up marketing over there. I could not be more excited. They are just making so many differences in this community in a positive way with kids and music. It's amazing.
Wow, that's a great connection for your skill set to kind of blend the technology and the community building and the entrepreneurship and give back to the kids and
Give
grow.
back to the kids, and let's make Milwaukee more aware and more excited about all the things that are happening over at MISO.
All right, very good. And then Martin Moore joins us, content creator, podcaster, YouTuber, all things cost headphones. How are you today, Martin?
Miserable because there's white stuff falling from the sky. So, yeah, I'm miserable.
And you're still a little salty over the Bucks game from last night. Like, you left early. You don't leave Bucks games or church early. That's my thing, Martin.
Sure. Hey,
but
as a season
okay.
ticket
I
holder,
understand.
I've been to a lot of games, and at this point in the season, it's a little frustrating to lose back-to-back games to two of the worst teams in the league. So I could go on a diatribe for the next 2.5 hours. I'm not going to. I'll spare everybody that. But it was a rough game last night.
My thought is they're just preparing for the playoffs. Everything's going to be all right.
Hey, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Let's get there. All right. So a little bit of a topic for today, as Steve said, as we were preparing. We're kind of working to buy and build. That's a theme for today. I want to ask, are you guys pet owners?
Yes.
All right.
Reluctantly.
I'm not reluctantly. It is by pure choice.
Multi-pets or just a single dog or cat, or is it just nonstop?
I always used to have 2 cats, and then a couple of years ago during COVID, we had to put our 1 cat down. So we just have the 1 right now. But I have always loved having a pet. There's just something nice about like coming home and this little thing greets you and it can't like talk back to you or like it does. I mean, it can, but literally all it does for the most part is just give you joy.
Follows you around, bothers you.
In my opinion, there's nothing else better than making a pet happy.
All right. Well, we will talk about the future of pets when we come back. The future of almost everything in Wisconsin with Steve Glenn, Martin Moore. I'm Jeff Sherman, and this is The Upswing.
For the latest on Capitol Hill, tune in to CBS's Chief Washington Correspondent, Major Garrett.
The Republican Party is one of our 2 major parties. It is a structural reality in American politics. And if most voters in that party believe that charges brought against former President Trump are so illegitimate that even if he were convicted, it would make no difference to occupy the presidency of the United States, then it says something about the country and the Republican Party.
Thursdays at 3:45 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
John Mercure here with Ann Peplinski, who tells me Sidex Window Siding and Baths turned her nightmare bathroom into a gem.
It looks beautiful. My bathroom was the ugliest bathroom ever. They did a very good job in 2 days, and I still can't believe it.
Sidex, out with the old, in with the new.
It is such a good feeling.
Get in touch with my guys at Sidex, S-I-D-E-X, Sidex, SidexRemodel.com. It's Sidex.
Welcome back to the Upswing. Fast forward, Wisconsin, the future of almost everything. Two experts who know the trends and technology and the talent all around our state better than anyone, Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. So even if you're not a pet owner, today the Brewers Community Foundation and 620 WTMJ are teaming up on the team's first Drive for Charity event of the season, a pet supplies drive. Out at Helfair Field, you go to the Cooper parking lot at Helfair Field, just outside American Family Field, until 3 o'clock today. You can donate pet items for, pets in need, all pets indeed. You drive through. 620 WTMJ's Debbie Laziga is going to be there till noon. And those who participate by donating at least $10 are eligible to get a Pat Murphy or Ricky Weeks pin. And furthermore, the first 250, and I don't know exactly where we're at, but the first 250 fans who donate in person receive 2 free tickets and a Brewers hat. You can text PETS. Easy for me to say. Text PETS to 855-616-1620, and we'll get you all the information. So back to pets. We're on all pets, the future of pets. 66% of Americans have a pet. And a 2023 survey found that 70% of Americans spend between $600 and $1,200 annually on their pets.
$103 billion per year on pet products in America.
That doesn't sound like enough.
That's a lot of money.
I have a little cat. I can guarantee you I spend more than $1,200 annually.
The problem is these pets go through these toys so quickly. That's the problem.
Not unless it's a cat. All you need is an Amazon box. Cats are real cheap to entertain. Amazon box or a twist tie.
Nice.
How is it? Is it easy coordinating in your household, Martin, with pets? Like
as far as just like taking care of them?
Yeah, the day to day.
Totally. I basically, for our cat Savannah, I am the one who like feeds her, gives her treats. I clean her. She has like a giant water jug thing, so I clean that, fill that. My wife does the litter box, and that's basically about it. Like a cat does not take a whole lot of attention. Dog, on the other hand, I used to have a dog when I was in my early 20s, and that was a bunch of work, and I gave it back.
Yeah. We grew up with dogs, and our daughter has lobbied very heavily for a dog, and I suggested a robot dog that did not go over well. But do you think that's the future? Could some type of technology take the place of,
like an AI,
real pets?
AI robot dog?
Or just that?
Like a Boston Dynamics?
Stupid talk.
I think it's going to be real pets. People love real pets.
Yeah.
There's enough need out there for real pets. We don't need to replace them with electronic ones.
100% agree. So what are some of the trends that you're seeing on the pet side? Obviously, from a community building standpoint, it's pet inclusive living spaces and personalized parks. We're seeing that in the Milwaukee area for sure. But nutrition plans and
health insurance.
Health insurance.
Yeah.
You guys have health insurance for your pets?
Not yet, but I'm going to for our pets because I've just been getting bombarded by friends who say this is the best thing ever to protect you and your pet.
Yeah. It doesn't take a lot. One thing pet owners, I think, that's ubiquitous is it's like you'll go in for something with your pet, and it can spiral out of control financially really quickly. Oh, we just need $800 for this MRI. Oh, we just need another $700 for this blood work. And then it's just like you get to this point where you're $1,000, $2,000, $3,500 in, and it's
then
like
you have to make tough decisions.
Yeah, where do I stop? And so pet insurance is definitely advantageous for certain people.
Yeah, you got to treat your pets like part of the family.
I mean,
right?
my one cat had like feline breast cancer, and we put her through chemo, and I think we dropped like $6,000 on her, and it was
poor cat.
Wow. Yeah, but she lived a great little life. One thing that I am seeing that we use is like we call it the babysitter because we call our cat the baby. But like we use Rover. So when we go on trips, they come in and you basically can get like the same person every time, and they come in and take care of your pet so that you don't have to kennel it or whatever people do with their pets. And that's something that's been really fun and interesting to use.
What about other pet technology? What are you seeing in that space?
AirTag collars.
And they monitor the Fido's moods and kind of get you insight into the mental health of your animal.
I always thought that like when you like chipped in air quotes a dog or a cat, that meant like you could just like go on an app or on a computer and like find where they are if they get lost. I never realized till I owned a pet that was basically if they just get found, like they can figure out who the owner is.
Yeah.
So seeing air tags come out and people putting them on like dog collars and stuff, if your dog gets out, I mean, you can basically find exactly where it is. And so being able to track at least dogs and cats like that is a technology and that I've seen a lot grow, like a market that I've seen grow.
I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I'm seeing a lot of pet strollers in coffee shops. I know how I feel about that. And then,
what if they're disabled?
I think
how dare you?
What's coming? 15% of funeral homes in America offer funeral services, pet death care services.
Pets, they're part of our family. You got to treat them with respect, and you got to.
When we put our last cat down, we were fortunate enough that we were able to use an in-home service. So they came to our house, and just the respect that they had for giving us time and space. And then like when they took her away, they drove away real slowly so we could kind of watch them leave the neighborhood. And that was worth every single penny. And my heart breaks for people and pet owners who maybe can't afford that, or maybe they took their pet to the emergency room, and then that's kind of where they ended up having to stay. But those kinds of services, they may sound silly to some people, but as a pet owner, they're like your kids, and that kind of stuff is just invaluable. When you lose a pet, it is like losing a brother or a sister or a friend or a mother or a father. So,
all right, the future of almost everything with Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. Next up, a new study finds that our state is full of pushy car dealers. We'll talk about that. This is The Upswing.
For all you need to know on and off the court.
Here's Lillard the other way, weaving his way through the defense. He's going to pull up, mid-range jumper, bullseye. Dame Lillard.
It's Bucks Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
The Bucks really need risk if they want to get to the high aspirations that this team has been designed to reach, which is to say a championship.
Every Thursday at 4:45 on WTMJ. Presented by Fellow Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Best Electric.
I'll say it again. Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And what that means is wherever we go, we make it better for those in need of our services and the great people we have working with us. Our reputation matters. It matters to us, and it should matter to you. We believe that operating with integrity will set us apart from our competitors, and that this attracts people to us that share these same values. I say this because I want you to know when you work with Semper Fi, character counts. It's why you can count on the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty that now includes free annual inspections. And it's why we always have one project manager per job, which is absolutely not the industry standard. When you're paying for a brand new roof to go on what's likely the biggest investment you have, you want it done right, and you want to be able to count on the people doing it. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
Keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
The Smith Brothers 3000 Collection Sectional at Penny Mustard is the sofa to bring this country together.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's tough finding something we all agree on nowadays.
You can say that again.
I mean, it's tough finding something.
That's just an expression.
I think we can all agree that the Smith Brothers 3000 Sectional is pretty special.
Everybody's raving about the stunning tight back.
It's completely optionizable too, so you can design it to match any decor.
The SB 3000 smaller scale maximizes seating in a tight space without feeling cramped.
I love it because I can sit comfortably with my feet touching the floor.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, but you're a foot taller than me.
Oh, right.
My fellow shorties know what I'm talking about.
Come see the SB 3000 collection. Sophisticrafted with unsmooshable Qualex Ultrafoam seats and individual seat spring support. Starting at $53.18 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Hey, John Mercure here for Floor Coverings International. They just did the flooring in our house, and it is stunning. Carpet, luxury vinyl plank, in and out quickly. They rolled up with that mobile flooring showroom. Incredible. Came in, walked us through everything. The installation was quick and easy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. FCI, the stars of flooring. Each Floor Covering International business is independently owned and operated. They are the real deal. Go to FCIFloors.com for a free consultation. They'll transform your home. FCIFloors.com.
You see the price on that sticker? Well, that's the price you're going to pay for this car. Not a dime more for the football star.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Now, you got to promise me you won't go telling anybody about the deal I just gave you.
Indeed. We're back. The future of almost everything with Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. Hinting Chicago. The company in, obviously, Chicago sent out a news release last week, and it analyzed 40,000 Google reviews of nearly 7,000 auto dealerships across 100 cities in the United States. And it found that car dealers in our wonderful state, here in Wisconsin, had the pushiest car salespeople in the country. Now, I'm taking this with a little bit of grain of salt. It could just mean that we have really good salespeople. And, the source is from Illinois and Chicago. But I wanted to talk about the future of car sales. Fiat, Kia, and Chrysler were said to have the pushiest branded dealerships in America. Isn't the era of pushy car salesmen and women over?
I think so. As someone who worked in the car industry for 20 years, I think it is. People hate having to go to a car dealership to buy a car because you go there Saturday morning, 8, 9 a.m. when they open up, and then you're there till they close. They close.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll just stay open a little after so that they can get the extended warranty in there and stuff. It's for me, it's always been a miserable experience. I don't know anyone that enjoys car shopping.
Yeah.
So the future of buying cars, I think, is going to be a great conversation to get into.
And I think we have such a strong relationship-built community in Wisconsin that our dealers are, I don't know, they're just different.
We have a lot of family-owned dealerships, the Schlossman organization, Heiser, Amato. There's a lot of big local family dealership organizations out there. And you definitely can feel that when you go into some of those dealerships. You can feel the hospitality there, and they're not so pushy, and the experience is definitely much better. But that's not the case around the entire country.
Yeah. If you want to chime in, the WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Steve Glenn,
yes.
Have you bought a car online? You mentioned you bought a car via text?
I've done text for the last 2 cars, which even the financing part was texted to me. I just opened the app, applied, took care of everything. We show up and pick up the car.
So where did it originate? So
online,
okay, like
just
via
in a search,
classified ad somewhere,
just searching, doing searches, and then you get down to I think Martin was talking about, you can, or a friend this morning, we're talking about you can check, is the car still available? You just send a message right to the person or the dealership, and they get back to you. It was fast and easy.
I'm car hunting right now because my lease is up in December.
What are you in the market for?
I'm probably going to get the new Hyundai Tucson that's coming out. One interesting thing about this whole, the future of buying cars is Amazon and Hyundai partnered for 2024, and you're going to be able to buy Hyundais on Amazon, which sounds great and also kind of a little crazy. And I'd be curious to know what the listeners think. Like, would you ever just go on Amazon without test driving a car or anything and just hit buy with Prime, and then whatever, that baby shows up in your driveway 2 days later? Like, is the convenience of not having to go to a dealer, because not all communities have a bunch of car dealerships like Milwaukee does. You might live in rural America and you got to drive an hour. So is that convenience worth it? Would you buy a car on Amazon? Because that's how Tesla works.
Yeah.
You load up your app.
And transparency and convenience drive sales in any market.
100%.
And with cars, there's no reason it can't be the same thing.
Exactly. Would you buy a car off the internet or an app without test driving?
I would. If I knew what I wanted and I had good background and knowledge on it, of course. My last car, I bought a BMW i3, not in production, but I went to the dealer, told them what I wanted. I had all the Carfaxes. I'm like, here's 3 vehicles that I found. If you find one of them for me, here's what I'd like to pay for it. Do it.
Sure.
And there was some back and forth on the cost, but it was a pretty easy process. But I used a dealer. It went well for me, but there's no reason I couldn't have cut that dealer out and went direct.
Sure. Are you guys loyal to car brands?
No,
not really.
No. You'll pop around.
Yeah.
With whatever you want.
What I like. I go to what I like.
Sure.
What do you think about the future of kind of car subscriptions? You think that's something that's coming to the market?
BMW's heated seat subscription? Absolutely not.
No.
I'd rather walk or take a bird scooter than have to have a car where I'm subscription and dime to death. Absolutely not under any circumstance.
All right. The future of almost everything. Steve Glenn, Martin Moore. When we come back, we're going to talk about corporate jargon and we're going to talk about thrifting. Siding Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News and local headlines are coming up next, and then more with Steve Glenn and Martin Moore, the future of almost everything. This is The Upswing, and I'm Jeff Sherman.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Tensions between President Biden and Israeli leadership over Israel's conduct in Gaza were heightened this week after 7 aid workers were killed in an Israeli strike. ABC's Britt Clennon in Tel Aviv says the president and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will speak today.
The White House has increasingly signaled its frustration and now exasperation and anger at Israel's conduct. Now, the president, he is a lifelong staunch supporter of Israel, but this backing the support, especially with a U.S. election nearing, has really put him under growing pressure, particularly from his Democrat base.
There are hundreds of thousands of power outages in the Northeast and New England as powerful storms move through. They brought more than a foot of snow to Maine. This weather system blamed for at least 5 deaths nationwide. And baseball's Oakland Athletics announced they'll play in Sacramento for the next 3 years before they move to Las Vegas. They've played in Oakland for the last 57 seasons. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. Court today for Jesse Vang. He's the man who was taking care of Elijah Vu, 3-year-old boy who went missing. Vang has a preliminary hearing today. He and Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, face child neglect charges. Neither are charged with the child's disappearance. Vu hasn't been seen since February 20th. A leg found near Warnemont Park in Cudahy. The sheriff's office says it is a human leg found Tuesday evening. It's being investigated as a death as of now, not a homicide. And a new extension for the hop starting next Thursday. The streetcar will begin the L-Line service 7 days a week. It includes a stop at the Couture High Rise. Time now for News About Your Money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Right now, the Dow is up 158 to 39,285. The NASDAQ up 140 to 16,418. And the S&P is up 34 to 52.45. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite Financial Planning at every level. Details at annexwealth.com. WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving, time saver traffic. We are seeing some slow spots because of the weather, especially 43 southbound Roundy Road and into downtown. You'll see some brake lights heading through that stretch. Of course, got road work in that stretch. Also, 894 westbound is a touch slow. Again, road work being done there from the Mitchell to the Hill, so you may notice a brake light or two in that area as well. Otherwise, though, everything is open, just a little bit slow because of the conditions. The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Rain, snow mix today. One more day of this, a high of 41. Tonight, there's still a slight chance for the mix, a low of 33. For Friday, less cloudy, a high of 43 tomorrow. Saturday, sunny, high of 50. Sunday, maybe more rain, a high of 46. Monday, a chance for showers and a high of 55 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, 38. I'm Eric Bilstead, siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:33.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you the spring supplies you need because we get you. For farms and projects of any size, find the right products at the right prices. Like $30 off select Kurt vehicle hitches with installation available. 10% off Hopkins trailer wiring accessories. Save $110 on 192-piece DeWalt Mechanics tool set, $169.99. Plus, join us in Madison, Wisconsin for the Midwest Horse Fair. Stop by the Blaine's Farm and Fleet booths for discounts, giveaways, and more.
Dan, do you know there's a way to fit more in your closet without spring cleaning?
Of course. You just close the door really fast.
No, you call us at Inspired Closets. Depending on your space, we can easily double your storage.
Won't people think that's expensive?
Not with us. Other closet companies over-design projects, driving up the cost. Inspired Closets gives clients 3 designs, allowing us to find the price point they are comfortable with.
And our true lifetime warranty. Visit us at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
A wife and husband team.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great trip coming up this Christmas. I want you to be with us. It's Magical Christmas Markets. 5 nights in Innsbruck, the capital of the Alps. We'll take in a horse-drawn carriage ride, make traditional strudel, and spend lots of time shopping in beautiful, historic Christmas markets throughout Europe. It is going to be special, hunting for those treasures. I've got a beautiful brochure. I'll send it to you. Shoot me an email, john.mercure@WTMJ.com. John.Mercure, MERCURE at WTMJ.com. Magical Christmas Markets. This December, won't you come with us?
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big tangle from that thrift shop down the road. I'll wear your granddad's clothes.
Welcome back to the Upswing, the future of almost everything with Martin Moore, Steve Glenn, and I'm Jeff Sherman. From the 414 on the WTMJ talk and text line, it's 855-616-1620. When I bought my beloved vehicle, I found the salespeople to be very pleasant and not pushy. My biggest challenge was that he's 6'3". Found it difficult to find a vehicle which he did not feel like he was a giraffe in a big clown car. But after finding the right fit, actually he said he found a Mazda CX-5, went online to the dealer site, found the one he wanted, went in, done. Deal.
Bought it.
Easy.
Take my money.
So
That's
that
car
is
buying
it.
today.
There's the future of car buying. You know, it's a little bit of a blend. It's the convenience of online, the convenience of knowing you got a dealer that's going to help you get the deal done.
Did he say something about Martin?
Well, as we talked about during the break, he said, P.S., Martin rocks.
Yes.
Which we all agree.
We know
Martin
that.
rocks.
The listeners
Martin's
the listeners have
amazing.
always been so good
They
to
love
me.
you.
Very few of them drag me in the comments on Twitter.
Ouch.
So, speaking of deals, what's the future of thrifting? Buying other people's old stuff is back. It's more popular than ever, for sure. And there's so many different ways to clean out the closet and plug into whether it's brick and mortar places or whether it's places online. Milwaukee and Wisconsin are full of amazing places like Goodwill, Salvation Army, Retique from Goodwill.
Yeah.
You got All Goods, Value Village, St. Vincent de Paul.
Isn't there the bins by Goodwill out? Where you buy clothes by the pound?
Yeah, there's a place called
Wow, like a
in
ham.
Madison.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
It's incredible.
So are you guys deal shoppers in the thrift space?
I see my kids doing this a lot more, especially selling their old clothes so they can buy someone else's old clothes. And I think not only, when we think about the future, not only is thrifting the new shopping, it's a new part-time job because people are going and finding the gems out there and they're flipping on apps like Poshmark and making a great side hustle.
Oh, yeah. Facebook Marketplace, that's another big one where you see people reselling.
Yeah.
This is an interesting conversation. I kind of had no thoughts on this when we were coming into the show.
But it's like every Thursday.
right. But as we started talking about it, it got me thinking about a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the future of like clothing, and we were talking about how today everything is disposable and how family heirlooms aren't going to be a thing because we have Apple Watches and we have all this fast fashion and clothes from China and overseas that last 6 months to a year. Right now when you're thrifting, I mean, you're buying really good quality vintage retro electronics or jeans or shirts or shoes or handbags or whatever it is that's very high quality. What is that going to look like in 10, 15, 20 years from now where all of this fast fashion and all of this cheap Amazon clothes and electronics just don't last? Can thrifting survive on that sort of disposable material world that we live in 2024?
And are we going to have fewer and fewer quality clothes being donated to all these brick and mortar places that need us to donate in order to survive?
Totally. I mean, you got all these shirts that they're on threads are unraveling or they're developing holes or tearing. I bought a jacket once from, I can't remember where it was, and like 2 months later, the armpit just like ripped open. And so it's like, if this stuff doesn't last, you can't donate it to Goodwill or St. Vincent de Paul. And so is there going to be a deficit in, stuff for people to donate in order for people to rebuy it?
I hope not.
I know, right?
So surface level, I was thinking a little bit the same way you were thinking, also in terms of like, what does this really mean to the economy? Because I'm in an isolated kind of bubble with my kids and I'm seeing them do this a lot. But so I dug in. The market size of thrift stores in the U.S., $14 billion in 2023.
That's way higher than
that's
I thought.
A lot of thrifting.
That's about $13.5 billion more than I thought it would be.
Yeah, exactly. That's a significant industry, and I think junk be darned, it's going to continue to grow because people like to get deals.
Totally. One person's junk is another person's treasure.
Very right.
And people love sifting through all of the not what you want to find that one gem hidden in that pile of stuff.
There's an excitement in finding the one thing that's just going to look great at the workplace or when you're going out at night. But the workplace continues to change and evolve. Are we going to the 4-day work week? And what is corporate jargon going to mean in our futures? We'll be back. This is The Upswing.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
With rampant inflation affecting so many families and businesses, this will save you money. WTMJ's John Mercure here every Thursday at the Mine Shaft Restaurant in Hartford. When you buy one pizza, you get one free. Buy 2 pizzas, get 2 free. Buy 10 pizzas, get 10 free pizzas. There's no limit. Coaches, bring in your soccer, baseball, softball, tennis, track team for free pizza. Your players will also love that world-class game room. It's super affordable. Team bonding. Bring in pizza today for your dedicated employees and clients. They'll really appreciate you, and your second pizza is free. Order now, pick up your pizza shortly, or dine in. No cooking, no cleaning. Take a couple home for your family. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive for your free pizza today at the Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. A reminder, the Mine Shaft just lowered their Friday fish fry to $4.99. That's crazy. $4.99. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft. Visit mineshaftrestaurant.com.
Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage, available at Navage.com.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at AdventNose.com.
Whether you're seeking endless sunshine, ancient landmarks, or scenic views, Fox World Travel can take you there. We are proud to partner with outstanding cruise companies, including Holland America, Princess Cruises, Celebrity, and Royal Caribbean, to bring you unbeatable rates for your next cruise. Unleash your inner adventurer and book your dream cruise by visiting foxworldtravel.com or calling us at 866-GO-FOX-GO. Enjoy the freedom of unpacking once and set sail for adventure.
Since 1955, Geist Garage Doors has been the trusted authority in Wisconsin. Hey, it's Greg Matzik. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Give my friends at Geist a call. Doors and openers for every budget are available, and they'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. Check out GeistDoors.com or call 262-784-4250. Or do what I did. Check out their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors, openers, and their custom design room. Wherever you are in southeast Wisconsin, don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
Bringing to the table our capitalized reputation. Proactively.
Welcome back to the Upswing. This is the future of almost everything. Fast Forward Wisconsin with Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. What are your thoughts, gentlemen, on the 4-day work week? I want to give a quick set the table here.
I used to work 4 days, 4-day work week when I worked on cars.
Wow.
Yep.
And that was
4
your schedule?
10-hour days. Yep.
Okay. And you enjoy it?
I mean, it was what it was. They were long days. It was nice having like those 3 days, weeks or 7, right? Yeah, 3 days off. It didn't really matter. It was kind of a horse apiece, like for me. But I didn't mind it. But I mean, having that free time. There's tons of studies that prove that people are more productive in a 4-day work week, and I do kind of buy into that and believe that.
So there's a national coaching company that partnered with the Wharton School of Business, and they analyzed the results across a bunch of corporations on the 4-day work week. It showed, for starters, companies' year-over-year retention rates improved drastically, and employee turnover rate fell from 47% to 29% in some cases.
That's
so
a lot
of
money they're saving.
Yeah. So there's an economic case for it for sure.
Totally.
But the reality is, most of us are always working. So how do you put it into practice? I think is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I love all the work I do in my many jobs I have, and including now MISO. And what I did flirt with, because I looked into this a little bit and found that I found a site that listed about a little over 20 countries that are experimenting with a 4-day work week. And what if we also looked at a shortened day work week?
Yeah, there's countries that mess around with 35-hour work weeks.
Work 4 days across 5 days.
Yeah,
that could be fun.
Yeah. From the 262, I used to work in a data center staffed 24/7 where everyone was on 12-hour shifts, 4 days, one per week, 3 days the other, 2-week pay period. Many hated it, but I loved it. And I think the idea was way ahead of its time. Having 3 or 4 days off every week was well worth the long daily hours. He seldomly needed to take a day off for medical appointments or caring for aging parents or whatever. So it creates that flexibility that we all need in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And, frankly, we expect.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things when I worked for 4 days when I worked at Honda, was like you could go on a little 4 or 5 day vacation and you only need to take 1 day of PTO.
Yeah.
If you got families, that's more time with your families, and people really value outside of work freedom and giving them that flexibility. I mean, that's a huge perk, that you can't get with most places. And I think it's worth the trade-off of having longer days and getting home at 6, 7 p.m.
So how do you turn it off when you get home? This isn't exactly like
I don't.
Video games?
I find it hard.
Yeah,
Video
I
games
struggle a lot. I've got my I've got it set up at home in multiple rooms. I personally, the family doesn't appreciate this very often, but I enjoy working on my stuff with the family around and bouncing ideas around with my wife and getting things done and just the kids running around. To me, that's fun, but they sometimes yell at me about it.
That's right. Sherm, you stop, you die.
Right.
Keep going,
right.
keep going.
I think about that. When you started this show with that, I thought that is every day for me. I've got that voice in my head.
That's what it's all about. All right, when we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with Steve Glenn and Martin Moore, the future of almost everything. We're going to talk about corporate jargon. This is The Upswing.
Your daily appointment for all things Brewers. From every angle, this is Brewers 360.
Look, this is not put the ball in the hands of Giannis at the end of the game. In baseball, it's got to be up and down the lineup.
Every day at 7:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This is the show right now, and the competition's pretty stiff.
Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Holiday Automotive.
I love where your head is right there, so we can definitely come up with some fun ideas for sure.
Oh, be careful, Matt. Now, you just
you opened
up Pandora's box here.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
For your new roof, we'll give you the hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty in the industry. You can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Right now, the prices of diamonds are probably the lowest we'll see in our lifetime.
Diamond prices are low, low, low. Here's why.
It was hard to meet new people during COVID.
When a person meets their soulmate, they usually get engaged about 39 months later.
People started dating again only about 36 months ago.
Most of the people who got engaged during COVID
or immediately after COVID
were already in a relationship before the COVID lockdown began.
The Wall Street Journal even published a story about all of this.
Low sales of engagement rings created a worldwide oversupply of diamonds.
But now, engagement ring sales are beginning to pick up again.
By the end of next spring, this temporary oversupply will be gone.
And diamond prices will start climbing like crazy.
If you ever wanted to own a big diamond, this is the year to do it.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
If you want to own a big diamond, the time is now.
Get help for your house this Saturday from Eric Brown. The president of Siding Unlimited knows his stuff. Yes, their name is Siding, but they do so much more. Windows by Pella and others, roofing, decks. That's why they are Siding Unlimited. Eric can advise you with anything about your home's exterior. Make a point to listen and call Eric this Saturday on WTMJ's Fix It Show. And remember why they are called Siding Unlimited. They are siding and much, much more. See sidingunlimited.com and you'll see.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. The future goes fast, always on Thursdays with Steve Glenn and Martin Moore. A fun, lively conversation as always, as we talk about working to buy and build. One thing I'm doing at the Sherman household with my wife, we're trying our hardest to get our kids to continue to work hard to get all the wonderful things they have in life. And one thing we get to do as a family, we're going to give away a gift card right now to the Mine Shaft restaurant in either Hartford or Oshkosh. As I've said often, the Sherman family, we live in the North Shore, but the Mine Shaft in Hartford, it's a staple, and it's a pretty easy drive for us, and we get the kids away from their chores, hopefully, and away from that Xbox and into the $2 million game room at the Mine Shaft. Great pizza, too. Mom and Dad can kind of sit at the table or sit at the bar, hang out, while the kids check out the game room. Caller number 7 at 855-616-1620 gets a gift card to the historic Mine Shaft. And a friendly reminder that Thursdays, that's today, buy one, get one free pizza. All right. Well, so there's a thread. Are you guys on Threads?
No, I deleted that app about 2 weeks after.
Really? You haven't?
You use it? Boy, you seem disappointed.
I'm a little disappointed in you, Martin. I thought you would be embraced.
I've never seen him that angry.
No, I'm trying to embrace
like
a new
guy.
platform, a new social platform, and I thought Martin Moore would be like, I am here, Jeff. I am here for you. And you're just like, no, I'm done with it.
I'm on MySpace, so.
So I'm not a big Instagram user, but obviously Threads owned by Meta. So I don't have a ton of followers there, but I enjoy the space. There's one account. Robin Garrett is her name. Real Courageous Leadership is the handle. She asked for the worst, most hated corporate jargon, and it got 15,000 plus comments.
Wow.
So I wanted to talk about some of your, I don't know if the word is favorite, but maybe some of your
least favorite
corporate jargon terms, and how do we get away from it in the workspace?
I call it LinkedIn lingo.
Ooh.
I hate LinkedIn. I cannot. LinkedIn is one of the worst things to happen to the internet in the last 20 years.
No Threads, no LinkedIn for Martin. It's a good thing you come in once a week so we can see each other face to face. That's where relationships are built.
Right. I don't know if I have a problem here. One is I don't like the words, but I find myself using them out of convenience a lot. And I don't know what the future of them. One of the things when I think about the future of like, let's take a deep dive, let's flesh this out, let's get aligned here. We need an Urban Dictionary equivalent for corporate buzzwords to know what the heck they really mean.
I have my top 5 that I hate.
Okay,
crushing it, absolutely cannot stand. Circle back, synergy, run it up the flagpole. And touch base. You use any of those 5 phrases with me, it's immediate. I completely zone out.
What's an alternative to circle back? Because, I mean, you went right to it. That it was number 1 on her list.
Yeah.
Circle back. We all use it in some way, shape, or form. It's easy.
Yeah.
But what's an alternative?
It's tough. I mean, I just say let's talk about this again next week. Let's regroup. on this.
Yeah, regroup. I'm fine with
regroup.
that.
You're all right with regroup and just not circle back?
I think it's one of those things like any sort of like buzzword or phrase. It's fine when it first
Comes
being
out, yeah.
used, but then people just completely destroy it. The word I want to use, I don't think I can say on the radio.
Yeah,
people just can destroy it and overuse it, and it just becomes a meme.
Yeah.
And so that's why some of those words just drive me crazy. And then you get into meetings and everybody's saying the same word.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can't stand more than when you're with a group of educated professional people and they're all talking the same because they're all in the same little LinkedIn echo chamber.
And it means nothing.
And it means nothing.
Yeah.
That people will go on these 5-10 minute rants, and at the end you realize they've said absolutely nothing.
Their team players focused on deliverables, being really agile. They got their boots on the ground. They're diving in. They're doing a deep dive, Martin. Come on, let's go.
There
You keep moving the goalposts.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I think it's bad when these words come into the kitchen. And then you're circling back on what we should have for dinner. And
When
all
your
those
significant
things.
other starts talking to you like that.
No, let's leave those at work. I had a friend who used to try to inject his own and create his own buzzwords based on pop culture and Vanilla Ice songs. So he gave a presentation one time and he said, "Listen, everybody, we have to stop, collaborate, and listen." And it caught on at his workplace. People started using that phrase, and they had no idea where it came from.
See, there can be fun in everything if we make it happen.
No.
Oh man, we're old.
Flew right by them. So
we're old.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, with every Thursday, the future of almost everything. I appreciate you, Steve Glenn. I appreciate you, Martin
Love you
Moore.
guys.
You're leaning in each and every day, and we're going to circle back on it next
There's
week.
another one. I have 6.
Tomorrow on the Upswing, we'll continue conversations with people that are passionate and caring and are making things happen in the community. We're going to talk about organ donation, and we're going to talk to 2 business owners that had kidney and heart transplants and see how that affected their lives, how that made them probably even better people, and talk about the opportunities and challenges around organ donation. This is the Upswing. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News. We'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature.